so well. It's top-notch excellence every single time.
Big-time gymnastics here.
Amazing.
There's no resting in the SEC.
Do it, do it, do it, do it. You can do it. Watch me move up, down, side to side. Feel alive. Oh, no surprise.
Oklahoma, hyper-talented, ranked #1 and bringing 6 national championships to the mighty SEC in gymnastics.
Oklahoma is coming in and they're so good and they have a great reputation and everyone knows Oklahoma's great reputation.
Oklahoma is a great team. They're competitive and it just really ups that competitive level for everyone.
Whoa, Oklahoma's coming, like we gotta be on our A game. Like I think they just bring that good pressure to the SEC, which is really good for us.
It puts them to the test being against the best conference in the nation, and it puts everybody else to the test. So I'm excited to see how it plays out.
They just bring a higher level of perfection to everything that they do in their gymnastics, and so I think that's something that all of us can rise to the challenge.
It just inspires each one of us to work harder, to do more, to be the best we can be, and elevate our game as well.
I mean, Oklahoma brings an incredible amount of competitiveness, experience, and I think ultimately it just continues to help us become the top women's sport in the country.
I feel like anytime we can get a great team that joins our conference, that elevates everybody around us.
I think it's just honestly going to push us to work even harder and be better.
To have their own type of team goals, their own things that they're gonna just accomplish, and they just devour everybody.
Here are the SEC standings based on NQS, Oklahoma and LSU. Those two teams met a little earlier this season down in Baton Rouge. The defending champion Tigers were able to win that one. Then Florida, Missouri, and Kentucky. The top 8 will be invited to the SEC championship. And it's still yet to be determined exactly who those 8 will be, though you know Oklahoma's spot is going to be secure. 9 of the top 16 in the country reside in the SEC. Rotation number 2 is next from Norman. Back with you inside the Lloyd Noble Center. It is Oklahoma with the lead over Michigan after rotation number 1. You've got senior night for the Sooners. They will have those ceremonies following the competition. And Natalie, as you evaluate the performance of these two teams on the opening rotation, where do you feel like Oklahoma was? Quite a few steps forward?
Yeah, I think it was a little shaky of a start for Oklahoma. They started off with a huge score from Lily Peterson, that big Yurchenko 1.5. But the vaults that followed had big hops or little steps here and there. So hopefully they zone in more on their landings.
Ava Jordan starts things off on vault for the Wolverines.
She opened with a Yurchenko fold, didn't quite get block off the table that she needed in order to complete that skill successfully, and fell to her knees. Here's another look at her vault. See that block off the table, she missed it, landed under-rotated and had to fall to her knees. Could have been a bad landing, so I'm glad she's okay.
And you'll see, Wolverines must hope that's the only miscue they have, and they'll be able to overcome that. There's Danny Sievers for the Sooners to get things started. The senior from Gary, South Dakota. Fiery leader in the lineup on the uneven bars.
She's so consistent for Oklahoma on this event, and I always say it's almost like watching her on replay. Starts off with a Maloney to a pack salto. A little iffy right there on that pirouette, but is able to get it around. Gets that last handstand and just headed into her dismount now. And gets the stick for Oklahoma. A great lead off for the Sooners on bars.
Couldn't ask for much more than that one.
Here's her opening release. The Maloney right into pack salto, just beautiful. Maloney. Here's her dismount, full twisting double back, and great stick from her. Like I said, watching her routine on repeat.
Here's Peyton Davis going down the vault ramp for the Wolverines.
She also does a Yurchenko full. That was a great vault coming after that first one. Just a small step back, or a small hop backwards, excuse me.
Beth Blocky calls her a workhorse. Very focused athlete, cares deeply. She's out of West Chester, Pennsylvania. First state gymnastics. You see that follows Ava Jordan's 9.125 with the fall. Back to Oklahoma for Lily Peterson. Danny Severs started with a 9.925 for Oklahoma.
You'll notice on Lily's routine, she's very clean throughout. She'll also start off her routine with a Maloney to the high bar, straight into a pack salto. Very uncharacteristic move from her. Got caught on her pirouette and had to fall off the bar.
Here's Sooner assistant coach Lou Ball there, counseling her a bit.
Not something you'd expect from her, but again, she's just a freshman, so mistakes like this are going to happen, and better to happen now than in the postseason.
Crowd giving her encouragement as she restarts.
There's that pirouette that she meant to do right after her pack salto. Now just her dismount, see how she finishes her routine. Beautiful double layout, just a small step backward. I know she's not happy with that, but these things happen, and she's going to learn a lot from this moment.
Lily Peterson has been an all-arounder in every meet as a freshman for Oklahoma.
Here's that fall again. You know, she just gets caught on the bar and isn't able to make a correction in time. I bet she never does it again.
Here's Kaylee Boozer from Texarkana, Texas for the Wolverines.
Kaylee will also be competing a Yurchenko full, which starts from a 9.95, and that was an amazing vault, really nailed into the ground.
She just made her vault debut last week and really helped pull the Wolverines together.
Here's that vault again. Great block off the table. And just nails that landing. Here's another angle. Beautiful in the air as well. Wow, I'm interested to see what the judges give that.
You know, she's won 3 beam titles this year. We'll see her there. Didn't compete as a freshman. And, you know, that adjustment coming from Texarkana, Texas to Ann Arbor, Michigan. And has found her way into 2 lineups as a sophomore for the Wolverines. Here's Addison Feta. Get Lily Peterson's score in a moment. Danny Severs had a 9.925 as you see to start for the Sooners. Addison Feta is ranked in the top 20 on this rotation.
This is a key moment for Addison to see how she does under pressure. There haven't been many moments like this so far this season, so this is a good learning moment for her and the rest of the team. Opens her routine with a church, which is a toe and pike to Kachev, straight into a pack salto. Great routine so far, really going for it. That's what you want to see after a mistake in the lineup. Just her dismount now, beautiful double layout, and a small hop backwards, but I know she's proud of herself for that routine following a fall. Great job.
Like nothing ever happened.
Exactly. Just keep on moving. Dismount again, and watch her face when she lands. She's just so ecstatic that she was able to do that and really make up for her team right there.
That, as the night unfolds, could be a very important routine in the grand scheme of things, Ken.
Very important.
Jasara Ranger, the freshman from Coconut Creek, Florida.
She does a Yurchenko 1.5, and as you can tell, she had a lot of power coming off that table and wasn't quite able to control it, so she had to take a big step forward. But that was a great vault in the air.
But Blocky said this freshman has wow skills on the vault and the floor exercise. We will see her a little later on. She's already won multiple individual event titles as a freshman. Been the Big Ten Freshman of the Week twice. To Faith Torres for Oklahoma on the uneven bars now. Faith Torres, ranked number 7 nationally on the bars. She is in the top 10 on all 4 rotations and the all-around.
Faith opens her routine with a big ray. I love how she went for it. That's what you have to do in moments like this. Pack salto was a little bit close to the bar, but she was able to make it work. Just her dismount now, really hitting those handstands. Let's see if she gets the stick. Doesn't quite get the landing she hoped for. A small hop step backwards, but again, great routines following that mistake in the lineup earlier for Oklahoma.
It was a small hop. Did the judges see it? Come on. It was tiny.
I think they might have seen it.
Oklahoma's only 10 this season was from Faith Torres on the uneven bars in the final routine. That was against Florida. So Oklahoma has 88 perfect 10s as a program. They had 14 last year, only 1 this season. And it's not the gymnastics. It is still top quality. Down the vault ramp, Jenna Mulligan, the stick.
Wow, Yurchenko 1.5 and holds it for that landing. Wow, Michigan is really working on their landings here. So far, I believe they have 2 out of 5. Here's that vault again. A little leg separation coming off the table, but she almost seems surprised to have landed and not moved.
5th year. She didn't compete in 2021, Mulligan, but she was on that national championship team. Now Audrey Davis for the Sooners.
She is by far the best bar worker in the country and has done so much for this program on this event, despite the scores that she might receive. I know she's really hoping to get a 10 here tonight, one last time in the Lloyd Noble Center. Here's her dismount. And holds it for the stick. Wow. What a great routine for Audrey Davis. Her final one in the Lloyd Noble Center.
The reigning beam national champion, showing you exactly why.
That routine was beautiful. Here's that dismount again. Double front half. Really turns it around for that stick. I'm not sure what the judges will do, but to a lot of people, a lot of fans, and her coaches, she's a perfectionist almost every time.
Come on, give the 10. Give the 10. Sophia Diaz.
She also does a Yurchenko 1.5, just a small hop forward, but that was a great vault. Michigan is really honing in on their landings later in the lineup.
Sophia Diaz has won 3 individual event titles on vault this year as a freshman out of Clarksville, Maryland. As a freshman anchoring the vault line. That's big time. And here's Jordan Bowers. Last up for the Sooners in a regular lineup. She's had a perfect 10 in her career on the uneven bars. She was ranked number 4 nationally this week on this rotation.
I've been talking about landings all night, but Coach Kindler said that she's really been working on her dismount on bars. Beautiful start to her routine, opens up with a piked Jaeger into a packed salto. Just her dismount now. Let's see if she gets that stick. This is her final routine in the Lloyd Noble Center. Let's see if she goes out with a bang. And she gets that stick. Wow, what a great routine for her. All 3 seniors in this lineup got a stuck dismount.
The Sooners rebound in big-time fashion after the early slip. And this caps it.
What a great recovery for all of them. Here's that release again, the pike Jaeger, and here's that dismount. Was able to find her landing and get that stick for her team. What a great finish for Oklahoma after that mistake earlier in lineup.
Chalk flying. We'll see if a 10 flies. Audrey Davis's score was a 9.975, and a huge hug from KJ Kindler, just appreciating this athlete.
So close.
The Boo Birds are out. Now listen, there's a change in collegiate gymnastics. Judges are being judged as well these days.
Yeah.
They're highly scrutinized, and perhaps that's had some impact on the scoring this year, Natalie.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've watched a lot of competition so far this season, and sometimes there will be a perfect routine and it'll get a 9-9, and you'll see another routine with a pretty big wobble and it'll get almost the exact same score. So I think fans are a little bit confused. I'm a little bit confused, but it's a subjective sport. So what can you do but your routine, and then that's it.
This will be an exhibition from Caitlin Smith, a sophomore from Houston, world champion center. Had a lot of injuries in her career, so good to see her out there.
She's finally getting that exhibition experience that every gymnast needs. Opens up with a Maloney to a pack salto, very beautiful. Just has a dismount left. Really hitting those handstands, and you can see her team in the background just so ecstatic for her. Double layout, a little over-rotated, had to take a pretty big step backwards, but that was a great routine for her, and you can see the smiles on her teammates' faces. They're proud of her.
Oklahoma increasing the lead after 2 rotations on Military Appreciation Night. We'll show you why it's extra special for one soon.